Hi everyone, I'm 20 minutes late here. Logan was picked up late and then I was having trouble finding some of my stuff, so it is what it is and we're working with it. So I just need a minute to breathe here. I already put some things in the oven and the microwave, but I will show you that once it comes out. And we can go from there. I'm just looking around trying to take in my surroundings to see where we should start. I will be making meatballs and hamburgers off camera. I just don't have time to, I didn't have time to get everything prepared in advance, and I don't feel comfortable handling meat live, which is part of what took me so long to get on, because I wanted to get the meat ready and then I ran out of time. So I think I will start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. Let's start with some peppers and onions. I'm making a sheet pan sausage, peppers, and onions, but I doubled the batch. So there's going to be enough for 2 meals. Hi Shannon, thanks for hopping on. Come August, I'm not going to have time to do meal prep because Logan will be home. So I will need to have a plan in place for our meals, or else we're going to just want to eat takeout, which that's not healthy, that's not good. So we're gonna add in a couple extra meals every week until until school's out. And well, he has a summer learning program in July, thankfully. So I should be able to do some meal prep Monday though. So I just drizzled some oil on them, the onions and peppers, because I've had it where it didn't quite cook right without the oil, so I'm going to do that. What did I decide? I'm very indecisive today, so oh yeah, if I do about half in here and half in here, then I will have 2 portions and I know which goes with which. See, usually I just do it one big pan, but since I'm doing 2 meals, I ended up needing 2 separate trays. So we're gonna get this in the oven and I'm gonna put it on for 15 minutes. Nope. Stop, reset. There we go. All right, and we have our MicroPro grill with more sausages. Find I can't. There we go, those are perfect. So depending on your microwave, you should be able to grill sausage within 15 minutes is how long it took me, but it might take you, if you have a stronger microwave, less. Usually it can take about 8 minutes, but mine weren't quite done after 8. So there is our Italian sausages. So they're cooked. All we have to do is quickly reheat them, and then we'll be able to eat these sausages either as a meat for the meal with sides, or we can just eat them on a bun. So I'm going to set these aside as they are pretty and perfect. Now, since the microwave is free, I'm going to put my corn in. Now, this is my new favorite way to cook corn. It is delicious. So what I like to do is I like to steam the corn, and then I will reheat it in the oven. So I have 4 things of corn here. And this is going to go in the microwave for 15 minutes. Oh, I'm excited for you, James. That should be coming to you this week, I believe, since Monique is shipping out a box for you. So I'm going to put that in for 15 minutes and check out. The Micro Pro Grill is amazing how fast you can cook. I have a second one and I keep saying I'm going to use it, but I haven't, so I need to start using it because I do use the Micro Pro Grill on a weekly basis, it seems. All right, next up we're going to get going on we're going to pull some sausages out and see how those are doing. Oh yeah, those are good. So there's our sausages baked in the oven. And one benefit, I'm trying to see if I have something to put that on so I'm not burning my counter. I might just slide it over. So one thing I like about meal prepping, especially when the warmer weather is here, I only have to heat up the kitchen one day a week. So it's not like overkill of heating up the house every single week. So now we're going to do this. So I have some Southwestern seasoning mix from Pampered Chef here. Just sprinkle it on. Doing a generous amount. Drizzle up some oil. Whoop. And I'm going to use this as a sheet pan thing too. So this is going to be great for fajitas if that's what we choose to do with it. We could choose to make fajita bowls. We could choose to make whatever our heart desires, really. Like, well, how else would you use fajita like stuff? Oh, I was gonna make sandwiches with it originally, so I could do that still, like a fajita sandwich. And there are different ways to have the fajita bowl. You could have adding corn, you could have different, what's it called? Different starches to go with it. You could use it with potatoes. Hi, Desiree, thanks for jumping on. Thank you. Yeah, I kind of had to cut my hair because Logan pulled a lot of it out, so I was like, you know what, we're gonna make this all grow back nice and even. So here it is. It's growing on me, so yeah. All right, so now we are going to grab these and we're going to spread everything out. Though the haircut is great for summer because it's much lighter than my long hair, which was down to here. It was a big chop. So maybe it's a good thing that I was forced to cut my hair. I'm not going to be hot and bothered with long hair this summer. Okay, just trying to spread this out a little bit. Probably could have done 2 sheet pans, so maybe I could even get away with 2 meals with this, looking at how much there is here. So it can either be fajitas, like I said, or a fajita bowl, or there's so many options with this, and I definitely wouldn't have known what to do with stuff like this if it wasn't for Tupperware. So I'm gonna put this in the oven, and I'm gonna put a timer for, I'm gonna say 25 minutes. And we'll see how it's doing after that. Okay, so there's that. We've got that going. Still got 10 minutes there, so I'm going to move on to some chicken. Whoop. I think because I didn't have time to do things how I usually do, I will have the chicken whole. Normally I cut it into little bite-sized pieces, so it's like a one-pot meal. But today I'm going to be a hot mess express, like I said, and see what I can do. I'm just trying to see, okay, I'll use, so my Tupperware knives aren't clean right now. I feel like washing them, so I've been using the good old trusty ones, and they're sharp. It's just they're not Tupperware. So I do miss my Tupperware ones when these aren't clean. Oh. So my broccoli is actually 2 weeks old, but it's still completely good. Still fresh, still crisp. There was a little bad spot on it, but I mean, part of why I'm chopping up is so that way I can avoid eating the bad parts. I can cut those bad parts out if I need to. Now, I still have my old knives because they're good. They're still useful. Like when my Tupperware ones are not clean, or when I need more knives than I have Tupperware. And they're still sharp because we have a knife sharpener that sharpens them up really well. You can see I kind of have a rhythm going here for chopping broccoli, which is not usually the case. I feel like I'm confident because I'm hiding the actual chop behind the seasoned serve. And I feel like that's okay because you don't need to see how my old knives work. You need to see the Tupperware ones, which, like I said, aren't clean right now, so we're working with what we got. So I do have an obsession with seasoned serves. Took me a while to gain this obsession. It's only really been in the last year that I've become obsessed with our seasoned serves, and that's because I got some of the juniors last time they were out, and I really like the size of them. So now I've figured out ways to use the larger one, and all three of them usually get used every single week in Meal Prep Monday. They're great for seasoning, marinating, I mean serving if you really want to. I've heard of people, oh, that one has a bit of a bad bit. I've heard of people storing muffins and cupcakes in their seasoned serve, and I thought that was a neat way to use them. If you have a seasoned serve, what is your favorite way to use the seasoned serve? And I mean, do you use it to shake things up and season things? Do you use it to marinate? What do you use it for? Give everyone else ideas like I have. There we go, we've got our broccoli. So I'm going to shake my garlic parmesan on here. generous amount. Luckily, I have more downstairs. Now, this, oh, that was overkill, but it's okay. Every time we have pasta, my nonverbal child will take me to the spice cupboard, and that's his way of asking for the Parmesan garlic seasoning. It's funny, it's cute because he doesn't talk, but he has his way of letting us know exactly what he wants, how he wants it, and it always amazes me that he's excited for garlic Parmesan, because that's not something I was excited for at his age. Do you have a favorite meat marinade recipe, James, or do you just wing it every time? I personally just wing it half the time. Okay, so yeah, I've got everything in here. I think this is gonna take longer than usual because it's crowded, but we're gonna put it in. Gonna see. So I have 1 minute left on that timer, 20 left on this. I'll put it in for 30 when that timer is done. Okay, so now I have, oh my goodness, I tell you, Hot Mess Express over here. So Shoppers always has chicken breast 3 for $13, which seems expensive, but that's the way the world is. And usually they put them on clearance. Right on. That's usually how I do it too. They have them on clearance a few days before they're about to go bad because it's not something they typically sell. So I was there Sunday, I think. No, Saturday for a quick thing because I needed a couple things for the cooking marathon. And so I saw these and I'm like, well, they don't expire until after Meal Prep Monday, so I'll prep some things in advance. And then I'll have chicken dinner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So I will drizzle some oil here. Ooh, I'm almost out of oil. I have to add that to the grocery list. Okay, so that was for the peppers. They could use another few minutes, so I'm going to set the timer for 30 minutes for the other. And then where is, I tell you, it's a Hot Mess Express morning here. And then I'm going to finish the garlic Parmesan stuff. Okay. So, ooh, just a minute left on the microwave, so we'll, next up we will do that. So I'm just shaking it up to make sure it seasons the entire chicken, so that way I'm not having bites without the seasoning. So there we have it. And I will put it on the lid. Now I didn't pat the chicken dry this time. I'm out of paper towel, so I didn't really want to try to figure out a way around that. but normally I would, so that way it doesn't steam it, it cooks it. Okay, my oven is just a tad full right now, so I'm seeing if I can slide that in there, and I can. So let's take the corn out. And I have a free smart multi-cooker coming to me. So I'm excited about that, and I'm thinking about doing a draw for it. So as you can see, it's perfectly steamed corn. Whoop. And that is going to go delicious with the rotisserie chicken that we will do. Okay. So this isn't hot anymore. I can slide it over here. So I'm gonna do 1.5 pounds of ground beef in here. Normally I just do 1 pound of ground beef for my taco meat. But I thought I could do a little extra so I have some for later in the summer. Okay. I think I might do the full 2 pounds actually. I'm eyeballing it, but it's something I'm not bad at now that I've learned everything with Tupperware. So we're just gonna get all this ground beef in here. Ooh. Because I'm doing more than usual, I'm going to start it at 10 minutes. Usually it only takes 6 or 7 minutes. But because we're doing more, we're going to see how it looks after 10. Okay, I'm going to see if my meat masher is here. Which sadly Tupperware doesn't have one. Or if they do, it hasn't been available in Canada since I joined 4 years ago. So just mashing it up so it's easy to do. If you watched the cook-a-thon on the weekend, you would have seen me Friday night making the beef quesadillas. So it's in my stack cooker, and it's in the colander part so that the juices will drain out, making it super tasty. Everything taco here. So we're gonna season it up great. I'm gonna try mixing that around with my spatula here. Season it a little more and stir again. Okay. So this is going to go in for 10 minutes and we'll check on it afterwards. Okay, so I'm going to see how the peppers look. I think they look great, so we're going to pull those out and we are going to move on to our rotisserie chicken, and I'm going to roast the potatoes, or well, bake them. So here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to drizzle a little oil on these. And by a little, I mean whatever I can get out of this container. Well, I have a little extra, I think. And then I'm gonna rub them in it so that way the skin is nice and crisp. Now I did, of course, wash the potatoes before coming live. I'm gonna see, maybe I can rest that. No, I'll have to get, or I can do it. I'll do these on their own. I'll put them in now, and then I'll do the chicken on the lid. And I'm gonna season them with rotisserie chicken seasoning, so they taste like rotisserie chicken. I didn't press start on that. That's what ADHD and a Hot Mess Express does to me. I start something and then I don't complete it fully. There we go. Okay, so sprinkling seasoning on both sides. Should have done the underside first. Oh well. Kind of gets patted in when I do it this way. So next up, we will put this in the oven, and everything has their different cook times, so I'll be grabbing things out when their timers go off. The steak has 7 more minutes. The broccoli and chicken has 20-ish, so I'll probably check on what I just put in and go from there. So that's all I was gonna do live for you today. I will be making hamburgers and meatballs off camera. Now I do have my hamburger press and keepers, which is on special right now. It's a set of 8 containers with the press and the lid, and I forget the regular price, but this whole set is $59. It's great value. It pays for itself eventually because you're making better tasting burgers. When your kid begs you for McDonald's, you're not going out and buying McDonald's. We make our own at home because, well, it's better, it's healthier, and Malcolm keeps asking for burgers. So I've been making them on a weekly basis. But like I said, I don't like to handle meat on camera. It just makes me feel awkward. And that is it for Meal Prep Monday for today. So I thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.